Welcome back to Suladan Plays Dark Souls 2. Hello, Sihn. Hello, Eddie. Oh, you're one of the dragon peoples. Last time we... Abyss Fever. I always read that as Abyss Fever. Last time we went through the toxic DLC, dealt with the Squalid Queen, and now I'm stalling because I really don't want to deal with Sihn. Where's it Sihn? I don't know. He can be unpleasant. He can also be pleasant. It's... I have 123,000 souls. This was a horrible idea. I'm not in here. You don't see me. Oh, that's right. Now I remember. I need so many more souls, though, for a level up. Ugh. Well, we're just gonna have to go with it. I don't use the double punch because it's... You can't stagger bosses, so I don't... I mean, you can stagger bosses, it's just not something you can strategize around. Okay, so you don't trigger until I walk in. That's good. I want to rearrange my rings. That's probably not the best ring I could be using here, but for now... Why do I only have 4 Estises? That was gonna bite me in the tails in a minute, wasn't it? I noticed my health wasn't quite full. Then I said, wait a second. Looks at Estises. Dear. Yeah, let's have a 4 Estus run. No, you have acid. Let's go with that. I don't remember. I know originally Sihn actually had a huge corrosion effect on weapons. But I don't think that's the case anymore. So, +3? I thought the rings were... I thought the rings only went from like normal, then +1, +2. I don't... Moving forward, enough stalling. Bellhead has a dragon to punch. Slumber, 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 grump. Oh, thank goodness for multiple lock-on points. I don't remember his movements, though, so bear with me for a moment. I do remember some of them. And I remember that he likes to break lock on. And do that. And spin around. Yeah, I'm remembering. Oh, there's that. That's the one. I knew there was one that was... This is... I'm half remembering bits and pieces. You're gonna have to bear with me a minute. Some of Sihn's attacks are really unpleasant to dodge until you get... Well, they're still unpleasant to dodge. You're gonna have to bear with me while I reacquaint myself. I love that he goes back into slumber mode each time. That makes my job so much easier. Yes. Work to that. The camera angle, I will be honest, this is one thing I've got to say, larger bosses like Sihn, you get killed partly by just bad camera movement. You get close up and the camera starts doing all this weird flicking about, and it's trying its best. It's just... Really, when you lock on to larger bosses, the camera needs to pull away from the character more so that when you're up close, it doesn't freak out. Honestly, this is why in a lot of cases people recommend that you don't fight with lock on when it comes to larger bosses because of that. I don't like doing it because it's not comfortable in my hands and it limits a lot of my movements. I can still dodge while holding the camera, or I can attack, but I can't do both with the camera under manual control. The other problem with Sihn is he fights like a Rathalos. He constantly uses the air to reposition himself, which is perfectly realistic and logical, but a pain for somebody trying to fight. He doesn't stay on the ground long enough for you to typically get a lot of good openings to hit him. Like, I've been actively... and that happens, which, that one I'm fine with. That one makes logic. Dead. What I was trying to aim for is he fights a lot like an actual winged predator, in that a predator is never going to let you hang around close to them. They're going to always face towards you, one, which is what made tail cuts such a pain, and why in Monster Hunter certain tail cuts are a nightmare to get solo, because no self-respecting predator is going to not be facing you. They'll also, you know, do a sideways walk thing, but, Sihn, being a winged predator, loves to either be in the air, swooping at you, or otherwise leaping away from you. He doesn't want you to be in close proximity to him, which makes perfect logical sense. It's just annoying to fight. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. See, it's hard to get him to do those things, and his wing blocks the camera. I've never gotten him to do it like this before. Thought that was... You've got to be careful when you try to stop to Estus that you know exactly what Sihn's doing, especially in midair. Now is not the time. Okay, supply. Scammers! More scammers! I don't know whether we were better off when email scams were the thing or telephone scams. I've never been able to get him to, like, reliably melee me like this. I rolled too early. That should have hit me. I mean, it technically shouldn't have as far as the game is concerned, but I mean, I rolled too... I acknowledge that I rolled too early, and had I not had really good adaptability, that really would have hit me. I mean, okay, I have your leg just did something weird there, sir. I have average adaptability. I just mean, had I had base adaptability, that never would have worked. There are arguments whether adaptability should be a thing, or whether you should just have, you know, decent iframes as a base, but I'm not going to get into that discussion here. Because I know there are many people on both sides of the argument, and I kind of am otherwise occupied by a dragon that wants to eat me. Okay, I'm getting at least a little bit better. Oh, I took a hit. Not bad. I roll when he does that, mostly just to make sure that I get that last little bit out of range. See, yeah, he's doing a lot of corrosion on my weapon. And I'm dead. And he's gonna swoop her at me. He's gonna do that. Now repair powder. And swoop. You can't afford to waste those. Oh, good. This is a really good one when you can get under him during that. It's not the easiest one to get under him during, unless he does it when you're just in the right position. But if you can get under him during that big, long side sweep breath, ooh, I greeted on that. That was... Oh, you can bite. I forgot about that. That was a bad call. This was a bad call. Okay, I'm starting to make some foolish little mistakes here. I am going to probably switch to the Ash Knuckle Ring if I die. Just to get repair powder as less of a constant. Fireball! Let's see if we can get under you. Nope. Back. I don't know what just happened, but I'm getting out. Oh yeah, that's the one where if you're underneath him and he just seems to turn around and look at you, you want to get out from under him because he's about to burst under himself. Oh, I mistimed that roll. Wait for him to swoop. And after he swoops, you've got time to pop a life gem. I probably could have popped 2 of them, but one was a... Oh, thank goodness you did that. I should have just done 4. I greeted and took the 5th hit, though. And it paid off this time. You'll notice I'm also using those moments where I know there's an opening, even if I don't need an item, to just get reset back onto my Estus. To prevent mishaps like have happened many times. Oh! Yeah. That was not good. I've got to let some of these toxic fields fade, too. Three is as far as I'm greeting that one. Because I'm almost... I need to let that... that status bar go down. Life gem. I need to buy more life gems, by the way. Oh, please. 5's as far as I'm greeting that one. I could push for a 6th one, I think. But I'd take a hit in the process. I could have swore that tail used to do damage when he did that end sweep. I may be misremembering. Okay, you just keep doing that. Let me stay at full stamina. Oh, I rolled way too early on that. Yeah, he could have just bit me right there. I don't know if there's a cooldown after the swoop. After using a life gem also, you can, while the animation's going, reset your item slot. Are you kidding me? Oh, I actually beat Sihn. I'll be honest, that's a boss that I used to have a lot more trouble with. Like, to solo Sihn is kind of a personal achievement there. I mean, to do so without spending, like, a huge amount of time. That's, to me, that is an example of what is an enjoyable boss fight, where You spend time, you've got an active strategy, you get good openings where you can hit the enemy and they can hit you. I mean, actually good openings. Typically larger bosses have larger openings, I guess. In any case, Sihn is a very... Fume Knight and Sihn, to me, are two very nice bosses. I have mixed feelings on Sir Alon, and it's mainly because of his tendency to jump away and then do that big dash that seems to have variable timing depending on the distance he travels, which is realistic and fine, all well and good. It just makes it harder to get practice around. Actually, no, my complaint with Sir Alon, more than anything, is the area leading up to him. It's a time sink to despawn all of those Alon Knights, and it's just generally... There's more unpleasantness there than I think there is in the Sir Alon fight. But he's another example of a good duel boss. By duel, I mean like one-on-one duel, not duo boss. Ornstein and Smolin, that'll live forever.
Until hope.
They're annoying and interesting. At least they're both unique. I need 50,000 more. I need 196,000. Even if I burn all the soul items I have, I'm not near that. Okay, so let's switch this back to Silver Serpent. A part of me is tempted to go farm those souls I need, and a part of me is tempted to just Where do I need to go after this? I may as well go ahead and warp there. Isn't it, no, not Science, it's not one of the... Undead Crypt, Undead Ditch, because it's down there. Next next to Vendrick? Somehow I combine that in my head into Aldrich. Aldia and Vendrick. Fusion mode achieved. Oh, someday I'll finish that. Anyway. I came here so I can go ahead and put the wings back on. Well, actually, let's go talk to Vendrick. Now that I got all of it. I did pick up the crown, right? Yes, okay, I got 2 of every crown. Bellhead Butterfly Bonefist comes a-calling. Oh, this is a horrible plan. And I'm going this way. It's too bad with the King's Ring, these guys don't de-aggro. But, you know, it's also too bad that I can just run in here. I mean, I technically could run through the middle and have a very high chance of survival. I just generally don't. Oh, I do have to fight you still, don't I? Just clipped right through that sword. I mean, I've gotten all the crowns. How many giant souls do I have? 8? 8 Nishandra pieces. I don't have all of them because you have to beat Sir Alon for that.
Seeker of fire. I am Seeker of fire, deliverer of crowns. What do you see in the flames? Find the crowns.
I can't wear the butterfly wings because it'll poison him.
The crowns hold seek as befits you. Seeker of fire, conqueror of dark. I too sought fire once. With fire, there's a lie. But I knew no better. Seeker of fire, you know not the depth of dark within you. It grows deeper still. the more flame you covet. Flame, oh, flame.
Clearly he's Macduff.
Seeker of fire, I see you've subdued another foul creature. One of the father of the abyss spawn. That confounded quintessence of humanity. The abyss once had form, but then dissipated. And yet, traces of its existence endured. Each fragment, thirsting for power, spread dark with no relent. My dear Chandra was one such fragment. A feeble, tiny thing that thirsted for power more than any other. Driven by insatiable lust for a worthy vessel. One day fire will fade. Men will be free from death. Dark will again be ours. And in our true shape, we can bury the false legends of yore. Only, is this our only choice? Seeker of fire, seek strength.
Bellhead. Sorry, that was just too beautiful to not turn off the webcam for. Okay. Well, Ash and Mist has faded. It done faded. Faded. That didn't sound right. Anyway. I guess next time we've got to deal with him. And his magical clipping sword. Figured with my luck I'd accidentally aggro him right there. In any case, and yeah, when I beat him I've got to remember that Emerald spawns here, so I got to take off the butterfly wings then. It's gonna return me to the bonfire when I log out anyway. I think. It's so rare I do that. In any case, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here. We're gonna have a short episode finally. Well, a reasonable episode, but short by compared to the way it's usually been. And I will see you next time.